Hi, this is part 8 of becoming a Google Certified Educator Level 2. In this one, we're going to take a look at Unit 8, which is Harnessing the Power of Google for Research. This particular unit focuses very heavily on searching, advanced searching, Google Scholar, and Google Translate. In my very first review of the Google training, I went over some basic search ideas, some basic search terms using quotes to get to use on an exact phrase. Little basic tricks like that, you should know them before you go into this kind of searching. So here's some search strategies. You can use www.google.com/advanced search. Advanced search is also accessible from the basic search. And there's ways that you can refine your search, including by file type, region, date, and copyright license. This unit was very concerned with copyright license, being able to use images that are reusable, not stealing things for your own personal use. You can specifically filter the image searches for the images that are labeled for reuse, very useful for teachers. And also filtering by regions can show students differences in global perspectives. How we view the current election news cycle may be very different than, say, how Russia views our news cycle or how Australia views our news cycle. By filtering from region, the kids can get an idea of how different those perspectives are. They also mentioned some other search engines and tools. Google Trends can show students what people are searching for over time and in different regions. Maybe right now we're all searching things regarding the politics, but right now Italy may be searching things regarding fault lines and earthquakes because of what's happening in current events. News, finance, and books all offer information on news, finance, and books. Google Alerts allow you to set up custom search terms that will alert you to new information on the web. If you want to set up a custom search term with just your name, you can find out when things come onto the internet that involve your name. You can find out who's posting what about you and maybe head it off at the pass. The research tool and Google Translate. The research tool is under the tools menu. It's just an option that you would see in docs, in slides, in drawings. It's essentially something that lets you search Google without having to go to another tab, open up Google, type in what you're looking for. Instead, you can just highlight and hit the research tool. In different apps, it has different functionality. I spent probably 15 minutes trying to find out how I would cite something in a slides application, only to realize cite is not an option from research tools in slides. It is an option in Google Docs. So if you're going to explore the research tool, I would suggest going into a Google Doc and playing with it from there. It allows you to cite in APA, MLA, and in the Chicago style. So it gives you a lot of options. Google Translate can detect other languages, translate school newsletters, translate whatever you want into almost whatever language you want. Doing the quiz at the end, it let me translate the Maori language, which I certainly don't recognize on site, and told me that Maori is spoken in New Zealand, and I went from there with the research from that. In Docs, you can use tools, and then you go to Translate Document, and you can turn your entire document in one shot. You don't have to cut and paste. You can do it right in the document. It's a great tool. Then there's Google Scholar, which is much more for the academics among us. It's going to search official papers, academic papers, and give you really good information. It's a cut above what you're going to get on the general internet. You can use the left sidebar under Google Scholar to refine your search in a variety of ways. The Advanced Scholar search allows you to refine the search by author or publication. If you just want to see scientific a scientific journal that you know to be a reliable one, you can go through there. If you just want to see one author's work, you can also go that way. You can save search results to create your own library made up of all articles that you personally want to save the links to. It's very useful. When using the research tool in docs, slides, and drawings, it searches the web by default, but you can also have it search the search Scholar instead. There's a drop-down menu, and from the drop-down menu you can pick Scholar. You can also pick quotes, images, dictionary, and tables. Not all search results may be publicly viewable. You may get only an abstract and may have to pay for additional access to that article. The last section of Unit 8 was devoted to the pedagogy around creating independent learners. The advanced study really has been focusing on creating independent learners in flipped classrooms, very much taking a student-centered approach to the classroom rather than a teacher-centered approach. Somebody named Dan Pink mentioned that independent learners are motivated by mastery, autonomy, and purpose. They talked about the ask 3 before me practice, where you're supposed to go ask 3 people before you go ask a teacher a question. And here they're saying that we should be having the students ask a classmate, then Google, then YouTube, which is second only to Google in the amount of searches that it does every day. We want to support the independent inquiry-based learners in the classroom, possibly through innovations like Genius Time. And hopefully the Google suite of products really helps students become aware of all the resources that are available to them and pursue the inquiries they may have as learners. And that's Unit 8.